guys, welcome to FBW Gaming. Thank you for gaming with us, for stopping by. We are here with not really much a beginners series video, more just we just wanted to sit down and come up with a couple of lists. And this time, come up with the top 5. Now, we have both done an awful job at coming up with 5, and we have honorable mentions.
Yes.
Because it's really hard for us to pick just 5 characters. So this is top 5 characters that we like to invest in, that we want to invest in as players, and we've set a couple of stipulations on this. One, no legendaries, because they're on a fixed calendar. You miss them, it feels bad, man. If they do not have a specifically designated farming location, so characters like Shatterstar and Longshot, the Axemen, basically any of the new characters, if they've not been given a designated farming location, they are not in consideration for this list. However, because some people, there's some semantic disagreement between, is orbs counted as farmable, like if they're specifically designated saying, hey, they're at the higher drop rate in premium orbs or in milestone orbs. We are allowing that this time. We may in the future, we talk about like pure free to play, because let's be honest, the odds of you pulling enough shards to unlock to be Spider-Man at this point are really hard, especially with how many characters. Yeah, now that being said, on my list, I don't know how your list panned out. I am factoring in, I have a character that is from orbs only, and they are lower on the list because of that. To keep in mind that, hey, they're not readily available. You're having to luck into them.
Who is your 5th pick?
5.
Number 5 for you.
Number 5, a new character, and that's Carnage.
Okay.
And I think really as Scream and Anti-Venom become available, because it's been a long time since their events or their release method, but Carnage and in essence the symbiotes in general, besides their leader, are all amazing characters. You have their leader, they're really good. Carnage is the turn meter engine is the speed bar engine on the
game. His passive.
That passive, wow. And that's the only T4 I have right now in him.
Same for me.
It's the only one I've needed on him.
Yeah.
You give him enough speed bar going through the team, and it kind of stacks, so it overflows. So you're gonna have characters sometimes taking multiple turns depending on where you're at. Now, that being said, so and some people will agree that Carnage is better in DD3, but people take Scream in the DD4 because of her cheapness as a character. Carnage is an engine on the team. He's a character that you don't regret building up with the team, because, and not to mention speed bar, he's spreading debuffs on his basic. If he attacks someone with a debuff, so he's gonna carry that around
through the chain.
And as they're doing that, they're gonna get heals and raids and Dark Dimension, and it's great. All right, Biscuit, what's your 5?
So my number 5 is actually Minerva. So I chose Minerva, for a lot of the same reasons that you did. I just remember, when I got her, she was very impactful for me. She transformed my arena team, and then she was like in my MVP for Dark Dimension 2, obviously because of her health, her percent drain. So for the same reasons that you listed her as your 2nd honorable mention, I have her listed for 5. Who is your number 4 character?
My number 4, and again, and this is the character that I have to place lower on the list to compensate for his awful location in the game, and that is Symbiote Spider-Man. I don't use him daily, but I use him enough that I still love that I have him.
Character, and currently he is my most powerful character, sitting at 80,000 right now.
Nice. Yeah, mine's at 14. I only have 2 T4s in him right now. That's the basic and the passive. That's gonna be one of those characters that I'm gonna have to eventually come back around to give him some of his T4s, because they're not wasted T4s.
No. Now I do have his passive, his ultimate, and his basic.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I did give him the basic, and the basic just gives it applies that defense down for 2 turns instead of 1.
Yeah, that's been nice. And again, he's in the milestone orbs, which is
Yeah.
awful.
Yes.
It's awful. I'm 4 shards from a 5-star Simpy Spider-Man.
I have.
And it's impossible for me to get those 4 shards.
My number 4 character is Yo-Yo.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Yo-Yo is a character that she's at a heightened drop rate in the premium orbs.
Let me
but
find
that's
her.
almost as bad as the milestone orb.
Which is why she's number 4 on my list. There she is. That's why she's number 4 on my list, because she's only from the premium orbs, and getting premium orbs is actually kind of hard unless you're going really hard for the premium orb blitz. So I have her at 54 gear 10, and she's 5554 for me right now. But her, as long if she's by herself with no other protectors, she's applying offense down. It's like she, every single time. If when an enemy goes, she's attacking with offense down. And that offense down is a flat 50% decrease in damage done. So it's just, if you guys haven't fought her in some of the events, she is a pain. Or for me, because she's only on the premium orbs.
And like for reference, I have my Yo-Yo at gear 12, and she has. I think I gave her her special, her basic T4, because that calls black. That if you have just Black Bolt there, it's always calling him to assist.
Okay, who is your number 3 pick?
She is spiky. She's all gothy, and it's hella. It's hella.
Right.
There is a multitude of reasons
why
she is an amazing character in this game. She is locked behind. She is behind what is probably considered one of the biggest hurdles for newer players.
Oh my gosh.
The first big hurdle in the game.
This was a big stumbling block for me, because this is the first time where they introduce hard requirements. But this it's either aim or Hydra to get through 7-1, 7-2,
Or
7
Sin 6.
or Sin 6. That's right. It's 3 factions that get you through those first 3 nodes.
You have to have her. She is the gateway to 3 legendary characters.
Yes.
She's directly required for Black Bolt, indirectly required for Ebony Maw because of needing to unlock Black Bolt. And she's also a requirement. She is one of the 6 characters you can use to unlock Phoenix. So because of Phoenix, I already have her at 6 stars. She's almost to 7 stars because I've been hard farming her every single day since I got that node unlocked. Greg. When you kill Greg, they lose speed bar. She heals, and she just brings Greg back. Black Bolt can hit him as many times as he wants, and he's still coming back. He's a new summon every time.
Yeah.
You get and Minerva again. You have those 2 together, and you revive Hela, and there's a Greg on the board. Guess what? You have 2 Gregs.
You get 2 Gregs.
You have Hela on the board, and you clone a Hela with Sinister. Guess what? You have 2 Gregs. You kill 1 Greg, then you have 3. It's like the Hydra. You kill 1, more come back.
She's probably one of the absolute top characters. Not probably. She is one of the absolute top characters in the game. Her ultimate spreads any buffs on one character to everybody on
it's beautiful.
So if you have like defense down and speed down and disrupt,
blinds and stuff like that.
I can't count the number of times that I did that in Dark Dimension 2. You load all the debuffs you can on one character, and then you can spread. If you have the T4 in her ultimate, you can spread up to 4 of those effects.
Either way, you're gonna spread something nasty. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Also, she has just amazing sustain.
Oh my
as
gosh.
a character, she's healing every turn.
Yes. Yeah, and if you kill the Greg, she's gonna resurrect. She's gonna summon a new one, and then she's gonna heal. You kill Greg, she's gonna heal again. You kill Greg, she's going to continue healing
over and over and over and over.
And then after 4 or 5 times, she's back to 100% health. If you get her through a Mega Orb or whatever, this is one of those run don't walk characters.
All right, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Ghost.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You have her so much higher than me. Interesting.
Yeah. She is in the War Star like we already talked about. Now the only T4 I do have in her is the Ultimate. But she has on her basic she removes turn meter. Her special is going to be giving 2 negative effects. You apply with a random 2 random negative effects to the primary target, and you can transfer 1 positive effect to yourself, obviously excluding taunt. So she just has so much. And then she can extend debuffs with her ultimate. So there's a lot.
And that ultimate is 2 parts. It's a hit and then a drain.
Yeah. So you're attacking all enemies for 350% damage. You prolong all the negative effects by 1 turn, and then she's stealing 15% health. For me, those control factors when I'm looking at characters. Because a lot of this game is starting to really shift from just being a powerhouse dominant team like Black Order. You're really starting to see a lot more finesse coming with the game, with characters and their kits, and how they're controlling the battle, instead of it just being, I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna pound your face in. All right, who is number 2 on your list? Now we're starting to get to the good stuff, guys. Number 2.
He's going to be a valuable character for as long as they don't include this tag phrase. This character cannot be cloned. It's Sinister. Mr. Sinister is another War Store character. That's the 4th War Store character on my list.
Yeah.
Dadgummit is probably one of the most impactful for me right now. Has value in the fact that a character that you didn't put on your team, if you fight against them, guess what? You got that character on your team.
And it's so good. It's just like he's got a big heal. He cleanses. He'll block on your team. It's just
and he's on one of the top war defense teams right now.
Oh my gosh, Marauders.
He's a pillar of the war defense team.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So
what's your number 2?
Super great character. My number 2 character, and I almost picked Sinister actually for number 2, but I chose X-23.
Ooh. Now I feel like X-23. I feel like she's really prevalent in stuff like RTA, but she's also prevalent for landing some ability blocks and everything. She's on a really good war offense team.
Yeah, and her abilities, her kit is why I picked her. Turn 1, she has this relentless assault. Her special, it's an immediate ability block. She gains dodge on her basic, and then her ultimate is very much like Deadpool, where she ignores taunt and stealth, and she's gonna attack the character with who's most damaged, doesn't have a lot of health, and who is a non-summon target. And she's gonna repeat that attack 4 times. She's on the X-Force team, which is the required team to unlock Dr. Octopus. So again, she's a War Store farm. Are you guys starting to see the picture here?
Scopely, are you listening? There's too many characters in the War Store.
There are too many good characters in the War Store, guys.
Send help.
So right now, again, she's level 50. I have her at gear 9. If you guys want to be able to counter like Marauders and some big power teams, build your X-Force team.
Use X-Force for a couple of the big teams right now.
Yeah.
It's like short of a Black Order, you can use X-Force.
Yeah, if they're big enough.
If they're big enough, it requires a lot of investment.
It does.
Especially for what we're dealing with right now.
They're an amazing war offense team.
Mm-hmm.
All right, comes down to the final 2. All right, Flare, who is your number 1 character?
My number 1 is Snap. This is a lovely decision. And man, I got him early on enough that I worked him up for a while. You give him enough characters on his team, he is infinitely powerful. It's Thanos. It's Thanos.
Nice.
So he is my strongest character in my roster, and he serves a lot of different purposes depending on where he's at. So you can pair him up with Ebony Maw, who's a legendary character, and you can put just those two together and a couple other characters and a couple other teams, and he's going really quickly. He starts off with the taunt. You put it with the Black Order team. They are part of the arena meta right now. One of the top war offense teams, one of the top war offense team right now.
Yep.
And even though you can punch up a bigger Black Order with a smaller Black Order, it's still just the fact that a lot of times in war, you see a Black Order, people will probably end up burning a Black Order on a Black Order.
Yeah, I mean, Black Order, just Black Order.
You have to meet them. You have to meet them where they're at. And Black Order is big right now. He is, like I said, he's my strongest character. He's the first character that I've invested gold promotion credits into. He is a 6 yellow.
You've got him at over 100K now, right?
He's over 100K.
Nice. Thought so.
He has all of his T4s. He is on the short list to go to 15 as quickly as possible. That is a character that you invest in, and there is no wrongdoing.
No,
period.
He's so impactful in so many different ways, and he doesn't have to have the Black Order components to him. They amplify how good he is.
He is a chonky tank. You know, at 6 stars, he is well over 400,000 health. He's doing so much stuff for me right now. I love getting to use him every single day in arena. Every time we're in war, every opportunity I get to use him, I'm using him.
Yeah.
All right, Biscuit.
All right.
What is your number 1 character?
My number 1 character is Hela.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
And for a lot of the same reasons that we talked, already. I have her at 75 in gear 14. I have her T4s and her Death Knives, her ultimate, and then her passive ability.
Wrapping up here, looking at the list. Again, I think I definitely went with much more of like what's at the top of the meta right now. You have a very control-heavy list. All your characters most of your characters have some degree of control. Mine have either they have some control or drain, or they just flat out roll over characters.
Yeah.
They go for the method of, if I can't stop you from doing something, I'm going to hit you before you do something.
Yeah.
So
and there's a lot of that, especially in war, because especially you start facing like high gold 4 into platinum, you're going to be seeing 700-800K Black Order teams and Marauders. You're going to be seeing gear 14, gear 15 Doc Ox and 6 teams. So those teams, those kinds of power teams, they're going to require I'm going to punch you in the face kind of team. Dark Dimension 3. Dark Dimension 4 is built very similar to Dark Dimension 2. They don't hit as stupidly hard as in Dark Dimension 3, so if you build the right characters in Dark Dimension 4, there are people that are one-shotting those, or two-shotting them at most, because they're picking the right characters and they're manipulating, they're controlling those characters, their ability blocking, putting blind on them, those kind of characters. So there's a good balance to be had with both schools of thoughts, and I kind of like the fact that you went more, I'm gonna punch you in the face before you punch me. Yep. And I kind of went more, hey, I want to control things, and I want to keep you, I want to force you to do what I want you to do.
Absolutely.
So, all right, guys, thanks for gaming with us. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Thank you guys so very much. Make sure you guys share this video with your alliance mates and your friends. Until
also,
next.
What's your list? What's your top 5? Give us 2 honorable mentions as well.
Oh yeah.
Whose do you like better? Do you like my punch it in the face, or do you like his control the field list? Let us know down in the comments below.
Absolutely.
Also, Discords are in the description as well. My Twitch link is in there. Stop by, say hi, comment. Let's talk about this video.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. All right, guys. I'm Biscuit.
I'm Flare.
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.